here at the San Antonio, Texas Regional. 99 to Swiss, only 280 players. My goodness, we have here a top 8 contestant. Yo, please introduce yourself to the world.
Hi guys, I'm Brayden Hayes, and I made top 8 of this regional in San Antonio today with the pure Melodious strategy.
Melodious? What made you decide to use this deck for the event, man?
It's really flexible in terms of the amount of hand traps you can play, and the board you can make is extremely powerful, and usually just game with the hand traps on top. And it also has that factor of it being new and a lot of people not knowing how it works. So you can use that to your advantage to get an edge.
Wait, before you see the goo, any shoutouts?
Yeah, of course. First shout out I want to give to is my family. They've always been there for me, supporting my hobby. My brother, my mom, my cat, my dad. I also just want to give a huge shout out to my friend and mentor, David Flores. He's always helped me, coached me, and helped me improve as a player. And he's taught me a lot about the format and life. And I also want to give a shout out to the people I rode with, the Goon Squad. Shout out to them. They're dope, and everybody in Houston.
Okay. Without further ado, please show us the top Goon.
Of course, so I played 3 Refrain, the Melodious songstress. She searches a Melodious monster on summon, and she can also, whenever you summon a fusion monster, a Melodious fusion monster, you can put her in the pen scale from the extra deck. And the pen scale, she also has an effect to dump, but she's really good. You have to max out on her for sure. The next one, and probably my favorite one, is Couplet, the Melodious songstress. She's broken whenever you add her to the hand from anywhere, except by your normal draw. She summons a Melodious level 4 or lower monster from your hand or grave. So she's like the ultimate extender, and she can also search the fusion spell when she's in the pen scale. So she's super great. And she has the same effect as the Refrain too, to like pen scale it back whenever you fuse. And then for the last, like the 3 of Melodious monsters, I played 3 of the Soprano, the Melodious songstress. Most people play this at 2, but I wanted to play 3 of this one because whenever you open first movement or ostinato, this is the card that helps you keep going. And there's some lines where you might need 2 or 3 at some points. So you have to play multiples for sure. And I played 2 of this card. This card's crucial. It's an extender basically. You just summon it from your hand, and it boosts all your fairies by 500 attack and defense. So it helps you poke for game. Did that a lot. 1 Chopina, this card's ridiculous. You can add back Herald the Orange Light with it. 1 Cannon, you just make this for rank 4 in the extra deck. And then 1 Arya, this is the God card. You end on her every time because everything targets right now. So you just end on a huge board with that, and then you can't lose. 3 Ash, 3 Mourner, 3 Veiler, and 3 Orange Light for monster hand traps. Just all the really standard ones. They're really good versus the Snake Eye deck. I wasn't really worried about any other decks. And I felt like they also had a lot of overlap into other matchups too. So, just those. For spells, I play 3 of the first movement solo, and 3 of the ostinato. This card's ridiculous. It's literally Brand Infusion, but it doesn't lock you. And this card locks you, but it's still really good. It helps you play through like hand traps, and it's a starter. And then the last Melodious spell is the Concerto. This is the fusion spell. You can fuse with your pen zones with this, which is ridiculous. And then it also like draws a card too, which is why I'm playing 3 Pot of Desires in my deck. This deck plays so much non-engine, and that like Pot of Desires just gets so much value if you activate it on top of your combo. Like you're just game. And then I played 3 Imperm and 1 Rivalry. Rivalry is just game against Snake Eye, whether you go first or second, so you definitely should main it. And then Imperm is Imperm.
What's the main account?
40 cards.
Oh god, yes.
Exactly. Oh god, yes indeed. Extra deck, I played Baguska. This is like your backup plan, but you can also end on it too if you end on the Baka. It's pretty good. Typhon, I never summoned it, but there's definitely situations where it could come up. Protector of the Agent's Moon, this card was really clutch for me. Oftentimes I would make it to try to like clear my main monster zone and like pop a card before I activate an ostinato on the crackback. It was really great. Gravity Controller, this helps you play through Imperm. Haggard Lizardos, this is just, it like draws a card and clears your main monster zone. It's pretty good. 1 Bloom, this card's ridiculous. You just summon 2 Melodious from your deck to zones it points to, so
This one locks you in, right?
Yes, you have to only summon Melodious during the turn you activate it. But the explosivity you get off of this is just so crazy. I almost always go through it. And then I play 1 SP. Yeah, crazy card. And then 3 of the custom card, the new fusion, which is the Baka, the Melodious Maestra. She's crazy. She summons from your deck. And then she can also summon a Melodious from your grave when she's sent to the grave. So she's ridiculous. And then 2 of this card. This card's also stupid. It just lets you bounce a bunch of cards, and then it floats all your things back. So your once while in the field effects, like the Shibertas, you can just use the flowerings to reset them every turn. And then, like I said, 2 Shiberta. DD Crow is really good in this format right now, so usually I end on 1 of these. I'll try to end on 2 if I can, but usually 1. And then this card, I never summon this card. But it's supposed to be here for Tenpai. Somebody ripped it with their Cashier Unicorn over and over and over again.
Oh, really?
Which was, I mean, great for me. I never summoned this. I don't need it either. It was crazy. And then side deck, I did 2 DD Crows. This card's busted. You can't really play Bestials because they take up your main monster zone, and you have to control no monsters to resolve Ostinato and First Movement solo. And also, just Bestials are pretty like generically good into a lot of decks right now. Or Crows, sorry. 1 Tam Tam. This is for when you need to gain life. I never used it, but I don't know. I guess it could have came up in my last round. And then I played 3 Cosmic and 3 Evenly, just for like back row decks, clearing back row. Cosmic was pretty good for me against like Tenpai 2 to hit the field spell. And then 3 D Barrier. This was good. And 3 Power Sinkstone.
What is that?
So this is like a skill drain 2 basically. Whenever your opponent whenever a monster effect is activated, you put a spell counter on it. And when it has 2 spell counters on it, it negates the effects of all monsters on the field, and your opponent can't attempt to activate effects of monsters on the field. So, and it resets at the end phase. At the end phase, you remove all the spell counters from it. So you can play under it really, really easily. But
so why didn't I use that versus skill drain? Is it a reset?
well, you can use your effects.
Yeah.
Well, skill drain you can't because this doesn't banish for cost. So it banishes for effect. So you have to like, you can play your cards under this versus like skill drain you can't.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on like the Odd Eyes Vortex combo stuff?
It's pretty good. You can end on an Omni Negate, and that's pretty solid. But I honestly just felt like the actual like Melodious monsters themselves, like just ending on like the Aria and like Aria, Shiberta, Flowering with like tons of hand traps is like enough to win the game. And you don't have to commit so many extra deck spots to do that either.
Okay, sweet. Well, hey, congrats on top 8, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it, man.